I think the opening that camera is way out of whack. Hasn't been used in a long time. Hello? Alrighty. Oh, we've just done an ascension, I believe. Oh wait, no. I can't remember now. Can't remember what we were doing. The forbidding kind of Hyuba lies below. Not many exiles see fit to cross beyond it. Some fear that the listless remains of the shack's 6 shoulders shall snatch them up if they attempt to cross. Others simply do not pass through the flagging hands. The Bone Titan, slain by Scribe Ha'up out of the Swallow. None dared approach the withered fiend whose plague had spread half across the valley. A gloom-filled desolate region of the downside beyond which lies the sea. Few know of its true significance as we do, although your adversaries to chastity should be on their way there now. Soon you shall confront them once again. Alright. Beyond our crystal seeks Bertrude. Okay. Hello, my lovely reader. What might I do for you? Least I can do in exchange for your company. You need but point me to the one you have in mind. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials of virtue. The old Bogcrone, then. She does have some potential, I should think. More so than most of those whom you share that little residence. Then, let us bring her forth. Soon Bertrude appears in heat of the summons. We sense that thou hast need of us, yeah. Okay, at the creepy bog lady. One v3. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, Crone, you answer to me here. Nah. How very eloquent. May your vast experience exceed your knack for pleasant conversation. I trust that you shall have little trouble here without the benefit of your more communicative friends. Now come. Oh, 3. We've got an imp. Ooh, tricky. Jump, please. Up. Didn't jump. Sheesh, I'm getting schooled. Why did that... I say I don't understand, like, I was alive and my aura was up. Does she not have a jump? Oh, I was there. I'm just getting schooled. Oh, your aura is much bigger than mine. She doesn't jump, which kind of sucks. My one advantage is I am kind of fast. Oh, I hate that move. They're just, like, flexing on me at this point. I don't know what's happening! I don't think I can pause. Okay, I got one of them banished. Oh wait, how come I have the... or... Hello, everyone! I'm losing horribly at this trial. It's not my fault this character doesn't have a jump. Yeah, hit space and nothing happens. Hello! Thanks for the raid, Keen! Ah. The only thing saving me here is the moon crest. Nope, nope, nope! I missed. And I lost. Steph, thank you for the sub! That's the first time Sandra's beaten me. Hello, everyone. Okay, now that I'm not in the middle of a match. How's it going, Keen? Thank you for the raid. Hello, Rockstar. How are you? Steph, thank you for being sub for 8 months. Hello. I didn't play the TTS, and I don't know why. Wonder if it'll let me replay it. On that, good crone, if you do agree, most heartily. I tell you not to waste my time, but the truth is that my time is there for you to waste, so let me know when you're ready for another such attempt. Yes, we can do better. Does she just not have a jump? She just that lame? She does not have a jump? Jump is how I win half of the trials. Oh! I'm stressed! Come on, get in! Okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button! Oh, they're gonna score here. Woo! Okay. A very tricky character to use. Simple test, and deserving to be called a challenge. I ought to fail you just for gloating, crone, but these are not my rules, and your performance was sufficient, thus you have passed my test. Congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. How are you doing, Rockstar? And Keen, how was Dying Light going? I don't remember hearing that sound before. Let's give Keen a case to command. You guys should go follow him. He is awesome. And Steph, how are you? Good riddance to that mouthy wraith. Show us then what trinket she bestoweth upon us. Millis' tail. Retreat's blast pierces through solid objects? What? That seems really broken. First, we're gonna immediately equip it. Ruki, I love you. Okay. Explore the shunt. No one seemed very much inclined to explore the blistering environs here, except for Faye, who is more upbeat even than usual. Sacred bath in mud cleanses the mind. At least I think it does. But, come look, come look. She draws you by the hand toward one of the muddy pits and jumps right in, laughing. At first you are put off, but yet her joy is infectious. No! Soon you are in better spirits, as is she. You return together to the wagon where you find yourself with time and motivation to pursue your vocations. Faye gains +2 hope for the next rite. Wish her a pleasant day. Scrounge to mentor someone. I actually never mentored anyone. Who's really low? Let's mentor you, actually. Very well then, educate us, if thou canst. Sit down with Bertrude and go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense she's beginning to understand. Oh, it gives them, like, actual XP. Remain intrigued about this banishment. Come from the stars. Ooh. Oh. Who am I talking to? Oh, not Faye. This is not Gilman. Faye seems to be talking to the Black Wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You're unsure whether to check in with her or leave her be. Faye is acting rather odd, even for her. Let's talk to her. Though Faye is clearly capable of surviving on her own, you do worry for her, and in this case make an attempt to reach out to her. Oh, hi, mister. I don't think I saw you there just now. And so, my little brother here and I, we were just talking for a little while. Well, I was the one doing the talking. Why? My little brother, he's just a wagon wall, so he cannot respond. He can't respond, but he can listen, and he listens really well. Now, I'd like to go back to my conversation here with him, if you don't mind, and you're welcome to stay, though, if you like. Seems Faye's doing alright after all. Decided to take Faye up on her invitation, keep listening to her conversation with the wagon wall, her little brother, as she calls it. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I remember. It's that they always said that there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what. They said that I was moon-touched, but so what? Moon-touched. Those deemed impaired by Commonwealth standards are different in a negative sense. All rude. So then, the scribes, they called me here. They are the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were so cruel. They always were so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time, no one that I recall, really, although so much of it back then. I can't tell how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out and let the scribes take care of me, they said. The scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone again, although I think I liked it more, being alone down here, than being alone back there. Everybody's alone down here, and so it makes me feel less alone, somehow. Back there, why, I would see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, but here, there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew that they were in the sky, above, and I did search for them up there, you know, and then one night I found them. I saw the stars, and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad, and maybe, are they sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help, I would get closer to the scribes, that way. Maybe they could answer all my questions, don't you think? But I'm so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. Finally not alone, and more importantly, I think sometimes I even feel that way, that I'm not alone. Maybe, as we get closer, maybe, I will get to feel that way more often. Being here or being anywhere with you and all my friends. You fall silent, though you were concerned with her at first. You sense that now she is at peace. She wanders off, faintly smiling. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. Bio roster updated. Oh, that's not Faye. She was a special child left abandoned, and despite her seemingly simple nature, she possessed a strange affinity for the old days. One day, she was taken in by the authorities, and when she revealed her fixations about the scribes, she was deemed witless, and no one claimed responsibility for her. When no one claimed responsibility for her, she was cast into exile. On the downside, she wandered aimlessly in search of more clues about the legendary heroes who so fascinate her. Tons, hello! How are you doing? Her crime was vagrancy. Oh, that's rude. She failed to meet basic cognitive standards and had no place or family in the Commonwealth. As mercy guides our hand, we spare your lives but rid ourselves of you? Holy hell! Yeah, we really need to take the Commonwealth down because they're nasty. Let's finish dinner. I'm doing okay. I have been at a decent days. But this game is gonna stress me out. Something fierce. It already started. This game lit? Oh yeah. Page revealed. The Card of Hope. The Card of Hope. What was the button? How ironic that the shattered remnants of the Bone Titan Shack's 6 shoulders, which once stood vigilant over the archway into flagging hands, remain now as forbidding as when that horrid monster still possessed unnatural life. After little Ha'ub dispatched the Bone Titan in a feat of ingenuity, Shax's pieces fell into the valley floor, forming a set of standing stones, which Ha'ub marked. Further, traces of the Titan's glacial blood coagulated into perfect frozen drops, which still shimmer in the darkness. 6 Shoulders seems to start reanimating when the stars above him dance a certain way. Meet the sigil then in the shining light. This a new one? No. Okay, it stopped sparkly. This. A magma mug. Adds a bit of warmth on cold nights, and something at which to nod and stare. Tiny Tempest. We've got xylobones? With it we could all become musical instruments, aerobones turn to dust. Oh, I don't have enough notes. Okay. Let's commence the rite! As you await the stars, a form dressed in the raiments of the rites approaches you, and Wolfred. You at first presume it for one of your next adversaries to chastity, but he cannot be one of them. Beside you, Wolfred starts, something you have never seen him do. You observe the colors he wears, an inverse of the Nightwings. Wolfred, sandalwood. It has been a while. No, this cannot be. The demon unfastens his mask. It can. You perished. I watched you fall. You did. I grieved for years, yet now you live. I do, although these horns, they grew long ere I could walk again. Unbelievable, then. Why are you here, Orelek? Formal exile of the Nightwings, betrayed and abandoned in his moment of glory. You know full well, Wolfred, to reclaim what is mine by right. The demon Orelek leaves without another word, just as the stars above burst to life, and seem to set the sky aflame. Uh-oh. Not another demon bad guy thing. Let's go!
Reader, what lunacy is this? 'Twould appear the Nightwings are to stand against themselves this time around.
What?
This is a mutiny, in violation of the sacred law. The exile whom you face, Orelek. Long ago he had his chance, and he relinquished it. He cannot simply claim it now. And I cannot preside over this nonsense. Good night.
Oh dear. What happened to the chastity? The stars showed we were to face them. You must have suffered a misfortune of some sort. Tampering with the stars' designs not permitted, Orlek. Cheating the worthy of their rightful liberty is not permitted either, Wolfred. You must know I took no part in that betrayal. Search your heart. Orlek says nothing for a time. Then, where are your raiments, Wolfred? I have refused to wear them since, in show of solidarity to you. And to elude the voice, I would suppose. Yes, that too. I see. You were never very good at this anyway. We shall see if that new lot of yours is any better. You cannot be serious. What sense is there in us standing against each other? But Orlek puts on his mask and stands ready. I shall crush this lot of yours, Wolfred. You shall see that I am not so easily discarded. You shall not deny my liberty again. Ah, heck. Reader, the adversary whom we face, Orlek, he is not one to back down. He's very experienced in the rites, even at the time, and so, beware. There was no one in his day who could not prevail against him, and he appears even stronger now. I wish I had more valuable advice to give in this. I wish I had foreseen this. Adversaries. They claim to have been cheated of his freedom. Wormfoot's own version of the Triumvirate is now calling them the true Nightwings. Okay. Let's see here. I think she's going to be pretty nasty for this particular matchup. Do I want to bring Gilman? Don't really like Gilman. I think I'm gonna pass on Gilman this round. Oh, the voice guy isn't calling their names. He really is mad. Nth Anomaly, hello? I really don't want to bring Gilman. I'm gonna bring some of our strong people. Don't know who this Orlek bozo thinks he is, and come to think of it, I don't care either. Such triumph you have assembled, Wolfred. Let us see what they can do. Come and face me, false Nightwings. Let's go. Ah, heck. How do I jump in this game? I've forgotten the controls! Have I nope. Oh, it's W to jump. Okay. Glory dive! Rick! Whew! Your cone is too young for... Brick! Oh gosh. Haha! So long as our pyre yet burns, it's not over. But come now, let us put an end to it. Is that it? Did we do it? Goodness. That was stressful. Pyre was a MOBA the whole time. I can't think of another game that really directly compares to this one. It was a very unique. It's kind of like basketball, a little like chess. There's, I guess, some MOBA aspect into it. It's a little bit of an RPG. I don't know what kind of game this is. It calls it an RPG. I guess RPG is the best way to describe, but it doesn't really fit well. You who call yourselves the Nightwings, it seems that you have learned something from Sandalwood after all. But you are the Nightwings in name only, and as for the rites, it is a mockery of what it once stood for. All of this, a stain upon the legacy of the scribes. Wilfred looks on as Ulrich departs without another word. Ulrich, forgive me. Ah yeah. Rocket-propelled grenade? That's a weird genre. Haha. Good a time as any. Thanks for having me along this strange little journey of yours, reader darling. Very quiet without... Yeah, we'll take the permanent right, or the permanent stat boosts. Oh! Almost level 4 Adept Master. I didn't realize that they're little titles. Oh, my neck hurts. I was like holding it super... Oh, like super tensely. Oh. Orlek, he has changed. Scarce resembles now the one with whom we traveled then. I'm afraid so. I can only begin to imagine what he has been through all these years. Reader, as you can see, Orlek and I, we have some years in common. Story for another day. I need some time to look at how this all affects our plan. Reader, sir, Orlek is a principled person. His freedom was denied him just when it was in his grasp, a doleful tale. Wilfred shall tell you more of him in due time, of that I have no doubt. For now it seems the stars beseech you once again outside. There, deep in the infinite dark, once more you see a single star shining brighter than the rest. Path to freedom! Let's look at the stars. Solium, the golden star. Wait, is this an ascension rite already? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Does Aurelic show on here? Does not show on here. Looks like we'll be going up against the Withdrawn. Oh wait, no. Yeah, the Withdrawn. We're gonna eventually lose, right? Aurelic, how is it that you live? And perhaps more importantly, what have you done? I mean, it could be a really pasty game. I don't know what kind of game a pasty game would be. Once more then, unto the fall of Solium. Excellent. Our plan proceeds at pace. We need but continue to make good on all such opportunities the stars present, and so much as possible. Then our ranks within the Commonwealth may yet grow strong enough that we shall sway the people toward our cause. It'll be difficult, but the people have their hearts and consciences, and the Commonwealth has long since lost its way. Never-ending wars with the Highwing remnants, the passing of more sentences of exile than ever before, for increasingly more dubious causes. Burning of books, the outlawing of literacy, these are corruptions of the teachings of the scribes. Together we shall prove it, soon enough. Wilfred, sir, what of Aurelic? Wilfred says nothing in response at first, but then... Aurelic appears to have his own agenda now. We shall try and keep an eye on him, although our plan remains the same. Anyway, we have a mountain which we need to climb. Let's all rest up a bit if possible this night. We fly at the break of dawn. Page revealed the Nightwing. Oh, Tizo! What's wrong, buddy? Tizo seems despondent following the confrontation with Aurelic. Oh. Tizo is filled with mixed emotions at having seen Aurelic again. Like Wolfred, he thought for sure that Aurelic had perished long ago. Tizo's angry that Aurelic acted so unfriendly with everyone. Then the little imp looks at you with sadness in his eyes, but says no more. He skitters up into the rafters. The Nightwings. What is life without an adversary? If not for forces that conspire against the will, life would be devoid of its innateness, the desire to overcome. Thus, when we the Eight at last each fashioned a triumvirate based on our own ideals, we realized a void still needed to be filled, as the night sky needs moonlight. We Eight were united. Our triumvirates shared our affection. They needed us to set them all against a common foe. Thus did we form the Nightwings, a triumvirate envisioned to exceed them all, both through means mortal and divine, and give an undue favor in each turning of the cycle. They are the adversary we all face. We are the adversary that everyone faces. Onwards! Oh, who do I release? I could release Ruki. Oh, but Ruki's such a good, he's so good at things. I'm half tempted to release the Harpy Lady, but I'm a little concerned that Harpy Lady, if I release her, that she's gonna actually sabotage the plan. Oh my goodness. I originally was planning on releasing her eventually, but... Oh wow, we have a long way to go. Wait, is that Oh, here's a POI. The inverted fall of Solium roars into the sky. Somewhere beyond it lies the Commonwealth, beyond your vision and beyond your grasp. Your home is there somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. Those who transcend the Shimmer Pool after a liberation rite, the fall shall send them on their way. Suppose that it would be unfair if we could simply fly. Oh, Sir Gilman. I like Tizo more than Gilman. He landed mid the sublime grandeur of Mount Elodiel, in whose summit awaits the liberation rite. This begins our third ascent to the fall of Solium. My agents in the Commonwealth report our plan is succeeding. Let us strive to liberate one of our own and raise its chances. Seek the Demon Scribe's favor. Some time to spare after landing, you join Tizo on a brief expedition to the monument of Soliamur. Greet you all again, old friends, and you especially, great-grandfather. Thank you for watching over me and all of us. My friends could maybe use your help if you would offer it to them, whether through me or any one of us. We shall honor your names in the nights to come. Soon you and he are finished paying your respects. Return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Soliamur has shown you a favor. You shall soon begin your ascent, though there is time yet to pursue your vocations. Izo gained +2 hope. Mentor, study, forage. Let's mentor someone. Ooh. Sir Gilman is the lowest. Guess I'll mentor him. A knight shall you be your eager protege. Spend the time reviewing subtler aspects, such as the properties of aura. This knight has no idea what the Master Reader said exactly, yet feels smarter nonetheless. Oh boy. That's Tizo again. Observe Tizo rummaging around the black wagon as though in search of something. He notices you there and rushes up to greet you. Tizo is glad that you are here. He was just reminiscing about old times. But just as quickly he resumes his search. Tizo is looking for something a former exile of the Nightwings once gave him. He's growing frustrated that the object he seeks is nowhere to be found. You almost do not notice the lone minstrel's approach. I'm afraid it is gone, Tizo. I'm very sorry. Reader, it is nothing that ought to be cause for much concern, merely that Tizo has misplaced something of sentimental value to him. It was just a spare bandage, he indicates, exactly like the one on his horn. Aww. Tizo here has many adventures with the Nightwings. Has had many adventures with the Nightwings, is that not so, Tizo? He squawks in approval. This memory shall always stay with you. Is that not what matters most of all? He confirms this as well. Then please do not worry yourself about it anymore. It is a symbol of a distant past. Besides, Tizo skulks away up onto the rafters. The lone minstrel watches him go. The object that he seeks does not exist, reader. Tizo searches for it from a fleeting memory of his days with the Nightwings of the past. He performed the regular duties of other drive imps at first, but soon distinguished himself. I was none too surprised. He was clearly special. He'd grown close with the other members of the Nightwings when misfortune fell and the Triumvirate fell apart. Perhaps Wolfred has revealed to you more of the details. As for Tizo, I feel he must make peace with the shadows of his past, somehow. Perhaps, then, he shall cease searching. You need not worry for him, of course. He is resilient and shall always serve the Nightwings well. You might say he was born for it. Begging your pardon, reader. The lone minstrel excuses himself in his polite way, leaving you to consider what he said. There are a lot of imps in the downside, but few, if any, are like this one. In fact, he seems to be descended from the most famous imp of them all. Tizo is older than he appears, and drove the black wagon of the Nightwings for many years, knowing much about the rites while traveling with the Triumvirate. But when misfortune fell, he disappeared. He re-emerged years later, having become an integral part of Wolfred's plan, and to serve as a liaison between Wolfred and a certain band of exiles whom he entrusted. Drive-ins are especially trained on, You're born and raised in the downside. Oh, so if we liberate him, I don't know if he would... He was born in the downside, has not had a chance to break Commonwealth law. Though guiltless, he indicates he would commit the foulest crimes against Commonwealth cuisine. Are there imps in the Commonwealth? I don't know if... In the Commonwealth... Huh. Onwards! Mitha will gain favor, Bertrude shall gain favor. Oh, that's a hard choice, actually. Let's pick Virtue. Bertrude. Virtue. Virtue? Virtue. Boo boo. While traversing the sheer cliffs on the way to the summit, you pass the monument to Yomir Manymane, and Bertrude happens to take notice. Do not fear thee, we do not worship thee, we seek to understand thee. Accept thy gift and thy power, for through our actions we extend thy influence. Soon you and she have finished paying your respects. Prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Yomir Manymane has shown you favor. It is +2 presence. Oh, that's good, because her presence sucks. There's this little star thing down there. Oh, we're at the gate already. Your companions arrive again at the Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone. Shall we, reader? The minstrel leads you toward his counterpart, who seems unsurprised to see you all approach. The exiles of the Nightwings, and you again, Tariq. Greetings, Celeste. Aye, we have returned. The stars shine darkly these past nights. Nothing more than a portent of your arrival, is it? Likely nothing more. Now they are all ready for you. Then come forth, each of you, in turn. Please state your name and what it is you seek while crossing Scribe's Gate. Wait, you. She points to Bertrude. You are new amongst this group. You shall go first. Please do as she asks, Bertrude, madam. We are known throughout the downside as Big Bertrude. We follow Sandalwood, for we are fond of him. He led us into exile, and he shall lead us out. The Gate Guardian acknowledges her and motions for the rest of you to proceed. Everyone does so, as before, including you. Once you all have declared yourselves, she regards you all for another moment and beckons toward the mountain's top. Its scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory. Thank you, Celeste. Till the summit, Tariq. Whew. I know this is the third rite, but I still feel just as nervous as when I did the first one. Oh boy. I don't know if I have anything really to sell. So let's go. Again, you have reached the Fall of Solium, where one of you can go free provided you prevail against the withdrawn in the Liberation Rite. Reader, we would ask a moment of your time. We have to talk. As darkness falls, the minstrel and Wolford pull you aside. We have some news, depending on how you look at it, potentially unfortunate. The lone minstrel directs your attention toward the dark night sky. The stars are fading. It is true, with the advent of the Titan stars, visibly fewer stars seem to be shining than once you saw in the sky above. Yes, the stars themselves are vanishing. Uh-oh, that's bad. Why, I do not yet understand, but what it indicates is this: the rites are drawing to an inexorable end. The light of the stars, without it, the rites would be unable to commence. Anyway, that is the bad news. The good news is there are a lot of stars to go. How many liberation rites remain, I do not know as yet. The arithmetic is complicated. An estimation of the number of the stars, the rate at which they fade, the accelerating rate at which you're being summoned here. Anyway, I'll work it out as soon as possible. For now, I felt that you should be aware. We can inform the others in due time. At the moment, though, they have this right to think about, and so do you. Look forth. Stars above begin to shine, Wolfred's words begin to sink in. Seems you have a limited number of chances remaining to liberate your companions, including this one, now. Oh, and we don't know how many. Oh my goodness, there are even more? There should only be 8. Okay, I don't really need to level up faster, so... I love the symbol they made for this game. The little 8-star symbol.
Congratulations, reader. It would appear the rites are drawing to a close. Doubtless the doing of that Orlek in all his bitter spite. For now, your exiles have another chance at freedom, here upon the fall of
Oh, I never noticed the minstrel
so too
and
do your
were up top.
adversaries, the withdrawn. They fought so very bravely for this moment. Whichever side prevails soon shall send one of its own into the warm embrace of civilization.
The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn, and each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the withdrawn, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay my respects you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. The bog dweller Ud Mildy appears from the shadows and reaches for her mask. We are known as the Witch of Mildy. Our adversaries, they are nothing to us, are the one we serve. Ye shall all be devoured in the coming age, an age of strife wrought down by the fell wings and menacing eyes of Yslich, the Astral-born. You speak blasphemy upon the sacred right, Imildi. You value your liberty, then I suggest you cease your mocking of the scribes. The scribes, they failed to stop Yslich, and he shall rise again. As for ye Nightwings, ye are of no consequence in Yslich's grand design. She dons her mask once more. Soon we shall return into this land which Yslich shall usurp, where we shall offer him our blood and that of many, many others. As for you, Nightwings, you bring darkness with you. What have you wrought upon the stars? Celeste, please, we do not know what is amiss here. The Nightwings have come only to see that the liberation is carried out. Indeed, then, make your choice, Nightwings. Who among you is to be anointed here?
Who shall return to glory?
Unworthy? Did the worthiness requirements, like, jump up? I know there's not a lot of imps in the Commonwealth. I really want to send Tizo back. I have to choose between... I don't think I want to send her back. Tizo or Ruki? We don't know anything about... I don't know his past. You know what? I'm gonna risk sending Tizo.
Tizo.
Tiza seems stunned by your decision, though it's very grateful for you for it all the same.
Who shall be at his side?
I know she has a buff. She has a presence buff for this, right? We shall lend our support to that one, then. What is next mastery? Don't really want to use Gilman in a liberation ride. Bring Rookie. Don't have to ask me twice, not after everything Dizzy and I have been through.
It is done.
Soon, Islak, very soon. We shall release thee. Oh. We shall release thee, and as for ye, Nightwings, we have much in store for ye. Oh boy! Didn't open playing field?
Commence.
Oh. Oh, I missed! Glory dive!
And there it is, at last.
Flawless victory!
Nightwings proved their worth.
Whew.
As for their adversaries, they did not.
Tizo is a
Thus
beast.
ends the liberation rite.
I'm kind of sad to let Tizo go, because he is a,
Have chosen the exile appointed by the Nightwings.
Tizo is fantastic, but some of the other ones should be able to fill the void.
Return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Know that this affront against Islak has been recorded, and his vengeance shall darken the skies. Or I guess an imp was one of the scribes. Tizo is stunned by what transpired, and by what he thinks is about to happen. He looks around as the reality of what transpired sinks in. He realizes now that this is goodbye, at least for the time. He struggles to express his gratitude he feels at having served the Nightwings these many years. He does not know what to expect from the Commonwealth and whether he will be accepted. Nevertheless, he vows that he will keep doing his part to the benefit of Ulfred's plan. With that, he splashes into the Shimmer Pool and is gone from view. You hear him chirping one last time. Tizo wishes for the best for each of you and asks that you remember him. Tizo has earned his freedom. May he return in glory.
Godspeed, Tizo. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may yet continue for a while.
We may only get like one more. This land, so rife with elders' knowledge, long forbidden in the Commonwealth, we learn the stuff of fear itself. After saluting, once per ride after saluting her adversary, Virtue turns them into fast-moving howlers. Oh, that's right, she's got the polymorph thing.
The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours.
I wonder who they got the voice actress. I wonder who this guy's supposed to be, the voice we hear. Oh boy. You prevailed in the liberation against the withdrawn. Already does the Black Wagon feel quieter than usual without Tizo, who returned to the Commonwealth. You overhear some of your companions reflecting on this. He has passed from this place, along with all his eccentricities. Last thing he would have wanted is a sulking about. What say we raise a glass instead? You wonder who, if anyone, among you shall be the next to go. Then Volford asks the group to gather. You sense you know what news he is about to share. Everyone, I must apologize to bring such news at this late hour, but I felt that you all would wish to know as soon as possible. The context of our plan has changed. He looks about at everyone before revealing to them what the stars have revealed to you both. The stars above are disappearing. They seem to just be fading away, one by one, for reasons that the scribes alone may know for certain, though we may all harbor our suspicions. See for yourself, if you have any doubt that this is so. A hush falls over your companions, all exhausted from the rite, and now stunned into silence. This phenomenon continues unabated. We have every reason to believe it shall, then the rite shall cease when the stars no longer shine. Permanently cease, that is. Your companions exchange glances. You sense negative emotions rising. Confusion, fear. Before, I gave you the impression that, should the Nightwings not prevail in a liberation rite, there would be other chances. This remains so, however, our chances now are numbered. The exact number, I have yet to ascertain, but, to be quite frank, there are more of us than we have chances left. You sense your fellow exiles are beginning to realize what this means. I know this must be difficult to hear, but it is not to be a cause for panic. Our plan remains essentially unchanged. We shall take which opportunities arise and return as many as we can. I urge you all to take whatever time you need to think this through. At dawn, we shall head south again to Moonlight Alcove. We can discuss this further then. Now, please get some rest. Our path grows harder. Though not insurmountable, not while we stand together, we can still prevail. The group disperses. Some whisper in hushed tones. Others return to their quarters, speechless. There will be time later to better understand this omen. Oh, Faye wants to talk. In spite of the late hour, you find Faye minding her own business in the wagon and talking to herself, or rather, to the wagon walls. But most of all, I think I'm going to miss the little chirping sounds. He woke me up with them sometimes. He kept waking me up. He was a good friend to both of us, right, little brother? Why, you know him even better than I did. Much better, I should think. So you must really miss him too. She spreads her arms against the wall. I understand, I do. Those drive-ins up there, they seem very sad about this too. Or maybe some are happy. I don't know. More food for them to share? And they liked food. Tizo sure liked food. Wonder if he'll like the food at home. It's very different, right? And so, maybe he won't, but he eats almost anything. Oh, this must be so exciting for him. And I know the scribes, they shall be watching over him. Still, I think maybe they love him best of all. Cannot wait to hear what he thinks of it. And I think for sure that he will help with Mr. Sandalwood's big plan. That's the great thing about Tizo, little brother. No matter where he goes, he always helps. He always helps. She bounds off without acknowledging your presence in the least. You sense that she has found some peace despite now being separated from her little friend Tizo. You hope by now he has found safe passage in the Commonwealth. On kinship. Each of us within the Eight, besides the Iphaub, we would have perished on the downside had we not found each other and together formed our union. Here, in the downside, all are bound. But that which binds us here does not have the some latitude. It does have some latitude. We chose the bond of kinship. Our exile took precedence over our differences. The Empire, which has subjugated all of our kind into a tense alliance, shall give way to a society in which our differences are paramount. There, may you embrace your ancient cultures, whilst jointly forming a great culture all its own. Next to mercy, it is kinship that shall form the bedrock of our Commonwealth. Onwards! Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us again. Let us recover for a while at Moonlight Alcove, and decide how to proceed. Oh, I didn't read what it said. Where do the other triumvirs, like, hang out while they wait? No one to talk to. Okay. Best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time, Nightwings. The rites ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus, you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the lone minstrel revealed to you now threats to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elodiel. For now, the exiles of the Nightwings vow to stick together, for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold even, Volfred finds you off on your own. Well, my boy, it's time once more. Come see. Volfred indicates the sky, and through the snow, you see that he is right. Soon all of your companions are gathered. Volfred regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine for a variety of reasons. Chief among these reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who would oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised of 3 exiles: Brighton, Orisa, and Oralek. Little Tizo was with them, as well, still learning in their ways. Brighton. Okay. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in, a story for another time, but for one thing, I had a capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Oralek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre, thus Oralek earned his freedom. However, just as the shimmer pool was to engulf him, Orisa, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. She perished, of course, only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool. But she thought the warnings were a myth, and paid the price. She was always restless. Presumed Oralek perished too. To survive a fall from Mount Elodiel, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Orisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold, instead, the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rights may partly be to blame as well, for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Now I see that Oralek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings in our plan need all the help they can get, and so I've made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. In the name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I would conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. While I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, I shall avail myself. That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first light. Rolfwood bows his head to everyone, while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute him, in turn. Rolfwood stands ready to conduct rites again. Alright. Once more, do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue toward salvation. Almir, Yomer, Who do we have that we can face? Pyre Hearts, the Tempers, Chastity. We could just ignore Chastity and let them raise in the ranks. The Temper or Pyre Hearts? Leave Chastity alone, but try to attack these two guys when we can. Liberation rites remaining, that's new. Reader, my boy, as I shall now conduct the rites with the others. I implore you, please take over from me here. Scribes you with you. As I. Oh, that's supposed to be an I. Okay. We'll fight Sir Deluge, as annoying as he is. Is this night to understand that we shall soon confront Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts once more? Then, this is to be a most exciting time. This night's one-time commanding officer, imagine, if you will, the worm without the slightest trace of bravery. Sir Gilman then recants the tale of Sir Deluge's past and how it is they wound up together in the downside. Sir Deluge, Worm Knight of the Sea Dominion, a former ally of Sir Gilman. He lacks the sort of courage for which his kind is known, and somehow leaves the Pyre Hearts anyway. Some worms born under the Sea Dominion's waters sought life meaning on dry land. The Commonwealth recognized their chivalrous traditions and soon put them to use. Sir Deluge was just another bit of frontline fodder in the war against the Highwing remnants, yet time and again he distinguished himself for one simple reason: he would not die. His unusual instinct for self-preservation kept him safe in many battles, and over time he was repeatedly promoted for lack of any real competition. Then, in the Battle of the Spiral Sanctum, when retreat certainly was not an option, Sir Deluge retreated anyway. This was a breaking point, and he at last was sentenced into exile. In the downside, he sought water, where he made contact with Sir Gilman and other members of his kind. He also saluted him as their superior. The other knights had little choice but to respect his rank. As the Pyre Hearts, they conduct the rites in the name of their great hero, the Under King Ors, while adhering to their strict code. This knight might have failed quite so miserably at the Battle of Spiral Sanctum had his entire regiment not turned in disarray after Sir Deluge fled. Perhaps by confronting his former commander, this knight's own honor may be regained in part, for now. However, this knight must beg your leave. Say goodnight to Sir Gilman in turn. There is no time to make flight preparations now, though in the morning you will press on once again. Dang. This game has so much talking.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you? I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a fitful night of slumber. Somehow, the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found a way into your sleep as well. You shake free of it. How many Siri jokes can I ever dream for 25k? I don't know. The time at Moonlight Alcohol has made everyone restless. They're eager to set forth at your command. Siri jokes. I don't have Siri. Whee! Oh, there's a... The unmistakable remains of Zilvius Horse-Headed, which protrude from ash and fire there below. Don't have taken it to be a work of sculpture, reader. The Mare Titan. The tale of the Titan filled by Saint Tristatithus. That is more unbelievable than the thought of some daring exiles over many years carved the Titan's visage out of stone. Be that as it may, the climate and the cliffs are home now to the exiled harps, such as the Essens, whom you faced here when you first arrived. Even they do not know all of the locale's sacred significance. As the wagon soars across the skies above Wakingwood, you notice Wolfred appears lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind me, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity, it brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within those woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. Cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There I waited for the plan to germinate, so it means a lot now to be here above that place at last. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my boy? Okay. Hey! Feel like I get more vocation time. Let's do vocation time. Oh, Wolfred. There. Wolfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. Smiles as he approaches you. Hello, my boy. I was just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress our supporters on the other side should like to know. It's not clear to you as yet exactly how Wolfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have other ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach, most of the time at least. Not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is hard-working as the rest of us, or dare I say, more so. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They, of course, cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Wolfred offers to tell you more of this process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. That a trafficker like Ruki would likely be familiar with them. Then my agents intercept the messages as they arrive. Messages are coded, in the off chance they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes. But even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause and our plan. Could not ask for a more dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be in thanks in no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found in hidden corners where they speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth the too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, since long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days I report to them our progress. They, in turn, report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our plan's success. Chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own, but those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength, regardless knowing of our efforts. Thus do we inspire each other, not unlike the dynamics which we see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, reader. I have a delivery to make. Strides out the wagon bearing the sealed message. His crime was publishing. By day, he was an unassuming history professor. By night, he operated a small but illegal stamping press of his own design, which used to disseminate provocative ideas concerning how truly peaceful Commonwealth might look. When his underground press was at last discovered, it was publicly destroyed. Eventually, he too was found and cast down. In the downside, he is taken in by the Nightwings, who sought someone with his experience. Since then, he hatched a long-term plan to recruit light-weighted individuals who might stand together to usher in a new age for the Commonwealth. Sprout. Shield blink. Now, so his powers are completely different. He also has... Look at how much inspiration he has, though. So if I take him into a right, he's just going to basically get double XP. So his attack is he leaves behind a sapling aura. Instead of jumping, he creates a shield. And then he has like a teleport. Interesting. Afterward. As an exile of the downside, as reader of this book, and as conductor of the rites, you are now engaged in a cycle which has lasted since the dawn of this age. Here within this part of the book is offered to summarize key figures, locales, terms, and astral phenomena you shall encounter, either first-hand or in passing, on your path. To know the history of the downside and the rites, to prepare yourself to walk the path toward enlightenment, and then to liberty itself. Should you be free again, remember, reveal not the rites themselves, nor the existence of this book. Oh, there's more to read? Rights terms: adversary, aura, banishment, book, casting, enlightenment, expulsion. Read expulsion, state of eternal banishment. Oh. Rights terms continued. Rights, raiments, rank, reader. Right, stamina, sigil. Hate scribes. Galathanian, known as the Master General and the Nomad Scribe, he wields the legendary Tower Shield, Oathtaker. Haub the Swallow, known as the Accursed, and the Imp Scribe, possesses the legendary Wings of Misfortune. Yomar Manymane, known as the Alpha Chief, and the Curse Scribe, he wields the legendary Jawblade, Kneebender. Luz Gloria, known as Hundred Minds, and the Sap Scribe, wields the legendary staff, the Genealogy of Sklorian. Triumvirs, accusers, founded to justice and loyalty, the Beyonders, externally expelled. Chastity, triumphs at Luz Glorian, integrity and modesty. Dissidents, difference and conviction. The Essence, liberty and piety. The Denizens of Sar. Curs, swift dog-like creatures known for their loyalty, optimism, and appreciation for the simple things. Brones, heavy-set serpentine creatures known for their bluntness, stubbornness, and penchant for mysticism. Demons, those who have withstood the exile and downside long enough to be transformed by it. The Empire of Sar, our nation, which thrived for an eternal age, now is on the brink of ruin as we remain imprisoned here. Arps, winged creatures from whom common folk perhaps descended. Oh. Downside regions. Celestial landmark. This is just kind of going through, like, everything. The Greater Titans. Hive Titan, Ash, Bloodroot, Serpent, World Titan. Eesh, the Astleborn. There even more? The Olden Stars? It's like star sign stuff. I'm not gonna read all of this. I got an achievement. Unlock every chapter in the Book of Rites. Oh, okay. You and Faye make a quick search of the harsh formations of Highwing Cove. However, you find nothing of note. How about we go in circles? We could go in circles. You can return to the Black Wagon where you are preoccupied with... Others are preoccupied with their own pursuits. You should have time enough to pursue your vocations. Mentor! We're gonna mentor Wilfred. Certainly, I would appreciate your point of view. Wilfred gains a stronger grasp, had a better past Celestial Orb. Been a while since my last outings in the rites, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Choose a mastery. If Wolfred and his allies are banished, everyone gets slowed. Once per rite, if Wolfred's adversary is extinguished or Pyre, it is restored by 40 instead. After casting Sprout, Wolfred may remotely detonate it in an aura burst. Huh. Right? Mastery is enhancing sap's ability to spawn saplings to protect his triumvirate. When using his shield, he shields allies. Permanent +5 hope. Most fascinating aspect of all of this, one I endeavor to continue studying for a long time yet. I feel like we need to have him escape. I think the traitor may be the Harp Lady, though. Off we go! The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone, or something, that got right in its path. First you see no sign of whomever or whatever it was, but then... voice rings off to the side of your path. The friendly yet somehow aggravating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess? Must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. It's a good but it's good running into you like this because I got, for you, a really special deal. Got pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us down a bit. To be completely honest, there's something about him, I don't know, but Dad's just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why, these little numbers are gonna be flying off the shelves. And you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift. Cause you're headed to the Nest of Trissa, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? Blackwagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have enough room for Falcon Ron, barely, for at least the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whatever strange artifacts he's transporting right now and wonder whether you should get involved. We'll give him a ride. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh great, thanks guys. I'll just squeeze right in, He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually Falcon Ron manages to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Falcon Ron joined you. Come him aboard for now. Oh, he's gonna make the sounds the whole way? It felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him. You reach your destination. Anyways, thanks, guys. And remember what I said, those thingers I got here. You got dibs on them if you ever come visit me and Dad. That is, now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? Whether from Falcon Ron's ceaseless dribble or the ill effects of cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. We lost -5 glory! Oh no, try not to think of- oh no. Hey guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad. We really owe you one, so as promised, we got something really good in stock. Blah blah blah. Reveals to you several artifacts. Blackhoof. Cursed talismans. After being banished, the bearer either returns with infinite stamina or as a fast-moving howler. Bear's aura remains while grasping the orb, but it cannot be cast. Oh, interesting. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly be completely healthy. I don't really want your cursed artifacts, bub. Well, Tizo's escaped, so let's sell his thing. Okay, let's buy some Stardust. What the heck? We're buying all your Stardust. Okay, goodbye. Pleasure was all mine and Dad's, you guys. Oh, wow. That's Faye. Faye seems to be speaking to herself again. Mercy, freedom, they are intertwined. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. She's reciting passages from the Book of Rites, though to your knowledge she cannot read. Freedom to the worthy, and the downside cannot let us go free. Thus freedom to the worthy. Is that not so, O Saint Trista? Is that not a conclusion which you formed with your 7 most trusted friends? Pauses for a while as though listening, and nods her head from time to time. My throat is starting to get raspy. I think this will have to be end of stream after this, right? Yes, I see. I see. Well, I am ever grateful to you, Saint Trista, for your guidance and your presence. And I wish all of your friends safe passage there among the stars. It must be so very beautiful out there. With your wings, you can fly freely, can't you, Saint? You can visit me anytime. Come and go as you please from the stars all the way here. You don't need a pair of wings in order to be free. I know. And yet sometimes I wish I was like you or Miss Pimenta. But I know I am the way I am because I'm meant to be this way. And I know that you are always watching. So thank you, Saint Trista Tithys. Thank you, and your friends. Wanders out into the afternoon, leaving you to consider her words. In the Commonwealth, her unwavering faith in the scribes had been seen as a delusion. Such prayer or communion was forbidden. Scribes were mythical figures, but even they worshipped the stars. It was the stars that lighted the way for our founders of the Commonwealth, or so its leaders taught. Hey, let's see, who should I upgrade? Start Duster. Upgraded Talisman to rank 20. Oh. I mean, hers... Talisman is at the highest... Oh, we can't go above 20, I guess. Dang, I was hoping I could do this forever. Well, reading. The downside climate. I know of no polite way to describe the climate here. It oppresses every living thing, except perhaps the native flora in few specific areas. Once more, the recommended course is to keep moving. Moving is what keeps you warm when it is cold, or when it is very hot, use what strength you can to move to somewhere where you can think and breathe. Weather in the downside seems intrinsic to different regions, which my good friend Molten Millith shall describe. Shelter can be difficult to find, and you cannot stay in it for very long, perhaps. However, shelter can accompany you, or rather than constrain you. Downside dining. How to sustain oneself with food and drink in such a place as this. The less said of it, the better. Do not complain, observe, and above all, keep moving. Sources of sustenance avail themselves to those with keener sense. In warmer climates, search the ground at break of day for subterraneans. In colder places, dig for them, give them purpose. Drinking pools are rare, but moisture in abundance outside of the sandfolds. Some is poisonous. Take only what you need. The downside limits any opportunity for excess, but provides enough amenities to meet the needs of life. One who withstands it cannot help but feel a sense of gratitude. Downside diseases. Ailments in the downside often give no warning for when they strike. Those who keep moving and make no attempt to settle, they reduce their risks. Afflictions come in multiple varieties. In the box of the flagging hands, a pallor tends to seep into the skin and then into the mind. The nauseating sea of solace north of there is difficult for some to tolerate. Very hot or very cold environments bring their own specific side effects. My coat is not as lustrous now. My fangs are long. Like all aspects of the downside, these elements shall share a purpose, to test your body, mind, and spirit. They only appear to harm. Accept them, surpass them, move on. That's the last one. The nest of Trista. Ashen effigy of the nightmare titan Isilva's horse-headed looms as dark as ever on the precipice of the Brack Basin, where her chaotic influence sundered the land itself until it wept with fire. The very instant that our graceful friend Trista Tithys finally laid to rest the greater titan with the power of the holy scepter of the Empire, the stars shone down upon us with blinding light. Trista thought that she could bear her children in the warmth there, but alas. Now the stars revisit that locale with regularity. The fissures in the rock do pose more danger than one ought invite, but a summons to the nest is to be honored. Downside is not a very friendly place. I don't know why that one always sparkles. Okay. As the sky above the nest of Trista darkens, your companions watch in silence and await the commencing of the rites. Prometheus speaks up after a time. Never ceases to be awkward waiting around like this. Now everything is ready, and the stars begin to shine once more, precisely as foretold. The voice. So tempted to take a Titan star this time.
Sylvius Horse-Headed. Archbeast Sungrease.
Wolford Sandalwood has a powerful defensive abilities in the rites and can spawn an invulnerable sapling with its own defensive aura.
Reader, or should I say deceiver, for I detect another exile in your ranks. The exile Wolfred Sandalwood himself, that cursed sap. I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition, yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own? I thought that we were friends.
You've never been
Then
friendly.
fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
You, again, you come to torment us. Have you any idea how afraid we are left last time? The Pyre Hearts. Let us show them what the Nightwings can do. Reader, my boy, let us confer a moment here. Return down to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And, now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows that I am here. It's no matter, really, for our plan is well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whether these old limbs of mine are still of any use. Okay.
And there he is at last, alive and well.
He's really slow.
I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth.
Rolf's shield
Plant
deflects
your little
adversaries'
seeds of
auras.
Discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here. Now, good evening to you.
Okay, so there's like a max range to it. It's cute though. So I could like put a sprout in places and like, he doesn't have an aura though. Interesting. Now then, Nightwings, I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a triumvirate together.
Choose now your band of traitors.
Vengeful Vow. Oh, so if we take him out, He'll explode. Okay.
Volfred.
Oh, he does have a presence. Okay. I kind of have to bring Sir Gilman in, don't I?
Sir Gilman. It is done.
For the glory of the Night Wings! We are not afraid of you, especially not this night. Word Knights, attack!
Commence. Positively brutish. A favorable start. A banishment. The Worm Knight somehow did it. The Night Wind shall prevail at this rate. Now for their pyre. Beauteous. Exactly by the book. Somebody get the orb. Oh.
Oh!
How comical.
Oh no! That vengeful vow just boned me.
Now. She soared right in.
I think she's my best bet is just to keep sending her in.
Hamatha has doused the flame. The orb is loose. Headlong goes Sir Gilman into flames.
This glory is so weak! Just make it quick and painless on this night, because it looks like it's over for us, pretty much.
That craven Sir Deluge, doubtless using exile as a means of shirking military service. And it is done.
There we go.
The Night Wings prevail yet again. And what a crushing victory it was. Thus end this night's proceedings.
This night, we knew we had no chance for shame.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. Sir Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly kind as wont.
This night wonders at times why we are here, and which force would inspire to bring us together. Has Underking Horus himself taken interest in this noble quest?
Until the stars align.
Alrighty. Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after besting the Pyre hearts almost effortlessly when Volfred approaches. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my boy. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if we continue to prevail like that. Oh, it's up to 58. Come, let us see who we shall square against when the star is next to line. Goal, Millith, Yomer. Who is it that I didn't want to face? Wolford asked that I take notes for him at each rite. Henceforth, he indicates the cycle of rites appears to be accelerating even faster now. We likely shall be summoned to the fall of Solium again very soon. Yeah, there's only one more rite until that happens. Malith, Accusers, Descendants, or the Tempers? The Dissidents, I think, are most likely to be the ones we face in the next rite. Tempers are very low. We can fight them, but they're going to be a kind of a rough fight, I think. Very well then, reader. Once more you face Ignarius and the Tempers when next the stars align. Shall set course for the Ridge of Goal at dawn. For now, please get some rest in the remaining dark of night. Someone wants to talk. Oh gosh, it's freaking Sir Gilman. Find Sir Gilman searching intently for something or other, his eyes shut, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. He acknowledges your presence in the most minimal way possible and continues scanning the environment. You shall have to forgive this knight's impertinence to you, Master Reader, for he is on the hunt at this time. Using his acute sense of hearing, which is more acute while it's underwater but shall have sufficed in this case, he shall track down the most elusive character. Character who has eluded this knight for time and time again, and from whom this knight seeks to learn still superior evasive strategies, applicable when next he may conduct the rites. Hold, is that? You have no idea to whom he is referring when... Stick it up, Worm, you're cut out. Could have wrung your neck just now, you know. Then this knight has failed again. Alas, Master Rookie, once more you have outwitted this poor knight and outmaneuvered him. Please, you must reveal the secret to your speed and cunning. Take it easy, chum, you're not half bad yourself. Besides, I was getting pretty sick of running circles around all these slowpokes before you showed up while we were out at sea. You truly mean that, Master Rookie? But no, it cannot be. This knight has never seen anyone as deft and fleet of foot as you. Certainly it must be advantageous to possess 4 feet, whilst this knight has but 1, so if it may be called, and yet, we are all born with necessary means, and we all must make do. Look, chum, you gotta stop being so hard on yourself already. You ever thought maybe you ought to give yourself a break once in a while? Never! This knight deserves no break, not while there is honor to be gained. He is merely a worm, one of roughly 8 billion of his kind. Thus, he must strive to be remarkable, to exceed what is expected of him. Guess what, chum? We went and did that already. A lot of you Sea Dominion types were just a bunch of meatheads who didn't care for nothing but a fight. But you've been downright decent. Even made me break a sweat a couple times out there, when I thought maybe we could get somebody quicker on his foot than me. The point I'm trying to make is, it's been good having you with us. I always say it's worth having someone quick around to keep you on your toes. For a moment you wonder if Sir Gilman is about to weep. Something the same Rookie immediately changes the subject. Now, come on, you want to go another round or what? There's some good hiding spots outside where I can show you how we curs get the drop on unwary passerby, in a very honorable way. This knight would be most honored, Master Rookie. So 2 of them head off the further train together. You catch notice of the Book of Rites there in the wagon, the rites, which so stress trust and reliance on one's fellow exiles. The 8 scribes likely do not envision Sir Gilman and Rookie, in particular, as conductors of their sacred tradition. Yet perhaps theirs is a sort of kinship they had in mind. Okay. Sungrees. Known you, the sacred Mount Elodiel, the highest peak within the lowest land. Then know that it is no mere mountain, but a fractured bonework of the world titan himself, the Archpriest Singris. This one's bog-dwelling companion Milith is too mild in her account of our ascent. 'Twas not a pleasant mountain hike, but a pitched battle, spanning 17 full moons. Finally, the 8 of us, we climbed atop the brow of old Sungis. We merged our strength and struck the mortal blow, such that the Archpriest shattered finally to pieces. It is no mere myth that from the Archpriest's eye the shimmer pool emerged, and the sole means of freedom from this land. Zilvius, horse-headed. That warning from the cinders and the seething rock that gushed forth from the sea and soil at the foot of the Black Basin rose the mare Titan Zilvius. She broke the land beneath her burning hooves, waiting vengeance upon those who thwarted dullness. We, the 8, we were divided then, and blinded by the smoke, and heat, and thunder, but for the grace of Mother Trista Tithys, all would have been lost. With unswerving concentration did St. Trista then evoke the old enchantments inscribed upon the holy scepter which she bore. The land burst into starlight, rending Zilvius in twain. Her visage now strikes fear into the hearts of her foul kind, not ours. There's we have it. Okay, game is saved.